Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making these vanilla cream puffs. So first you want to start by taking your pan and adding some water. All the measurements are in the description box down below. Then you want to add some whole milk. Some cream is floating on the top on mine, that's what it is. And also you want to add some granulated sugar. You could also use powdered sugar, but I recommend using granulated. Then you want to add some chopped cubes of butter. There we go. And then you want to go to the stove and get this pan on there. Now you want to keep the heat about medium heat, not too high, not too low. And then just start stirring it with a wooden spatula and just keep stirring it until the butter is completely dissolved into the milk. And also the sugar should be pretty dissolved as well. That's why I recommend using granulated sugar, so you'll know when to stop. So just keep stirring, and that's about like how much you want to do. Okay, so after your butter is completely melted and your sugar is also completely melted, you want to start by adding some sifted all-purpose flour. And as soon as you add it, you want to make sure you just keep mixing. Okay, keep mixing until you form a very thick dough-like consistency. It should be really thick, but not dough. It should be slightly watery than a dough, but it should be really thick. So this is how it's supposed to be. And now what you want to do is you want to slowly add some eggs. So yes, you can't make this recipe eggless. You need to add the eggs. So you want to make sure you add one egg at a time. This recipe calls for 2 eggs, so add one first and then really give it a mix with a whisk. Whisks really help to get it completely mixed together. Now we're adding the second egg, and now we're gonna give this a whisk as well. So it should become pretty runny, but not so runny as well. It should be really thick as well. I know that didn't make sense. So now you're gonna get a pan and lay some parchment paper down, and then what you want to do is you want to sprinkle a generous amount of water. Like when you're making a cheesecake, you usually add a bowl of water with it. So same concept here as well. You're going to add quite a lot of actually water, and then you want to take another piece of parchment and add that on top as well. There we go. And then you want to just transfer that lovely mixture that we had made before into a piping bag and just pipe just a few dots into it, and now bake that in the oven. Now even that timing is all in the description box below. So now in another bowl we have some powdered whipping cream. If you don't have this, just use full fat heavy cream and whip it up and add some sugar to it. But we have this, and now we're adding some cream to it, and we're going to whip it up with an electric mixer to form whipping cream. So if you didn't understand what I just said, basically you need whipped cream. And now we have our baked and ready choux pastries almost, and what we are going to do is we're going to either fill it in that hole that we have there. So that is a technique, but if you still don't have holes already, you can just take a chopstick and just stab it, and it should form a lovely hole, and break a little bit off to make it easier for you to put that lovely whipped cream into it. But just in case you don't like this technique or you don't want yours filled, what you could also do, if you don't want this is what I'm trying to say, or if you don't have a piping bag to fill it, what you could also do is you could just take one, cut it in half, just like how I've shown right here, and add some whipping cream into onto one of the pieces and cover it with a smaller piece on top. It tastes so much better like this. Frankly, it's better than the filling method because that's slightly harder, so I definitely recommend. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!